grab you a cup of coffee, and we're going to talk about the 5 things that are banned from a Disney cruise. Hey everybody, thank you so much for watching today. I really hope that you're enjoying this series of videos based on our personal experience, my previous experience as a Disney travel agent, my personal experience on a Disney cruise, and things that we're looking at ahead of time before our next Disney cruise on first time for our family sailing on the Disney Wish. And I've already been looking at a list of things we can and cannot bring because I feel like you should familiarize yourself with things that you should and shouldn't bring on a cruise ship before you travel. So to make it really easy, I decided to make a video of like my highlight of my top 5 things that people may or may not know about that you should know about. One of these actually shocked me, and I'm not even kidding. Like, one of these was a super surprise to me. So let's get to the list of 5 things that you should do not bring them on a Disney cruise. Number 1, and this was a debate back when we sailed in 2017, that was 8 years ago. 2017, they were talking about banning this, and it is official. Number 1, Disney, do not bring over-the-door organizers for your rooms. So many of you have seen, and especially our last travel video, we went to Pigeon Forge, and we purposely haven't like done a lot of overnight stuff since then because we were saving up money for this trip. A lot of people see that whenever we do travel with closet organizers, but they're fabric and they attach to the rods in the closets. They're fabric though, they're not metal. They will not scratch the metal. Those are perfectly fine. We are allowed to bring those. What they do not want is you bringing a metal organizer that hangs over the door that will cause damage to the ceilings, to the walls, to the door trims. They don't want you bringing anything that's going to cause destruction to the stateroom because they flip them. Like the day you're checking out, somebody else is checking in, and they really need those rooms to be ready for the next person. So they have asked to please. I mean, like we have 2 in this room right now. Like I've been using one to prep our footage of what we're packing for the trip. Yes, we're already packing. We were leaving very close to this video being up. Well, not super close to this video being up, but we are leaving within, like we have a week's countdown right now. Like not months, weeks. So, we have 2 that we use in our home, and they do cause damage to some of the doorways. We're personally fine with that because we can kind of like deal with it and take care of it as we go. But also I understand like in somebody else's property, we shouldn't like just assume that it's okay to bring that. So we do not bring those. We bring those. And that's specifically why I got the fabric ones for travel for that purpose. Cause like I knew eventually the goal was to get back to doing a Disney cruise. So yeah, I don't know if that includes Disney property, I'm going to assume, but I am going to say that like on cruises, do not bring those metal ones because they are a banned item. Number 2, and this one's kind of hard for us personally as content creators because we have the camera that you're looking at filming. We have a GoPro that has its own battery charger. We have 2 smartphones. We have, what else did we have that had a battery? Oh, we have the night lights that we bring. See last video about that. We do have things that we bring that need to be plugged up. Number 2, you are not allowed to bring power strips. You cannot bring a power strip to the cruise ship, which number 1, I get that because like you're in the middle of the ocean, whatever power on board has to be generated on board to be able to use. Number 2, you could leave your room and have something not plugged in all the way, and it could be a fire hazard and it can cause a fire on the ship. And the last thing you want when you're in the middle of the ocean is for your cruise ship to be on fire. So I understand totally them doing that. Like I said, that is kind of hard for us, and we do have to rearrange things, and we have to strategically plan how to use our cameras during the day because of that. But another thing that we have found doing anyways for travel is to just travel with extra batteries. Like when we did our last trip to Canada, we were driving from Lansing, Michigan to the Upper Peninsula to Canada to Mackinac Island to back to Lansing within a 48-hour period. So like we were probably, I think by the time we made it back to Lansing, all of our batteries were dead, but we had enough batteries to get us through that portion of the trip. So kind of just plan ahead as you go. Don't plan on being able to rely on, I will be able to charge all of my stuff at once, and just kind of figure it out as you go and prioritize what's most important as you're planning your days. And also like for us too, another thing that we found was to make a mental check of, okay, if I'm in my room getting dressed, something probably needs to be charging or be changed out on the charger. Or at night, what am I going to prioritize? Of course, for us, it's our phones, because we also have the Disney Cruise Line app with the navigator, which is how we text each other when we're on board. It has the schedule on there. It has the where to find specific characters to meet and greet and all those things. So like we use our phone, and also, you know, pictures on board. So we do have our phones with us as well. So like we prioritize at night the phones, and then during the day we rotate the batteries out for the cameras, and then try to always have one battery good to go for both cameras, like one battery for the ZV-1 and then one battery for the GoPro. Number 3, and this was the one that super confused me and shocked me, because I had heard people were bringing these on board to make it easier for their kids to relax at night. Number 3 is you are no longer allowed to bring cool mist diffusers, cool mist humidifiers. None of those are allowed on board anymore. Like I remember in 2017, people suggesting if your kids have a hard time transitioning, but you wanted to, or like to a different place, and they struggle with, you know, sudden change, and you want to bring them on board, you should bring a diffuser so that they have a smell from home. Officially on their list, and like I said, this shocked me this time. They don't, and I think the point, my personal Alicia feedback and Alicia opinion here is, I think the reason why they did that was some people are allergic to specific essential oils that you would use in a diffuser, and they don't want a room to smell like something that somebody else is allergic to, and then have to figure out how to, because like when you book a cruise, if you're looking at booking a Disney cruise ahead of time and you haven't booked one yet at the watching of this, you pick your room. Like you specifically pick your room. You pick it based on if it's an interior, like an inside room, an ocean view room, a veranda room, or a concierge room, which the concierge sell out super fast. And then like the specialty suites sell out super fast. The inside rooms also, like I've seriously debated doing the inside rooms this time and splitting up easier if like things hadn't worked out the way they did. You'll see which room we got when we get there. I get that, like, you know, somebody has already specifically chosen that room and is looking forward to being in that room when they get on their cruise ship. And then if it smells like something they're allergic to, then that's going to cause a problem. So I really get that. But it was kind of hard because, like, I keep telling people, like, you know, when you travel, make sure that you have something comfort from home for your kids. One of the ways that we are going to be countering that is still allowed on Disney cruise ships, and it still helps our kids out, is one of our kids is bringing a scented pillow pet. If I were to ask my teens one thing from their 2017 cruise that they wish that they had brought whenever they were younger, it would have been their pillow pets. Pillow pets are just such a nice comfort item from home that kind of like still smells like home. It's something that you can hug at night. And for me, what I use it for when I travel is I use this in place of like hugging a pillow or something else, because it helps me to be able to relax and go to sleep better at night. Plus the pillow pets are so soft. The other thing I absolutely love about them is they can actually fold in half and make it easier to pack down, and they are machine washable, and then you just lay them out on a flat surface to dry, so we can wash them before and after our trip. If you'd like to purchase a pillow pet for any of your upcoming travels, click the link below and use our coupon code to get 10% off of your entire order. Number 4, and this is another one that like I don't get this one. I really 100% do not get this one, because this was also something that people had recommended for us. I don't understand why this is on the ban list. White noise machines. You are no longer allowed to bring white noise machines on the cruise ships. And here's why I don't get this. Last time we had connecting rooms, okay? I couldn't hear my kids in the other room whenever they were getting ready in the other room unless they were like exceptionally loud, or my one kid that was in the other room. So I really, like the staterooms, I don't feel like you hear a lot of other noise from other people in the hallways or from the rooms next to you. I don't understand this one. Like I really don't. And I kind of am like, Disney, what's going on? Because this was actually something I had debated for this trip, was bringing one, because I have one that I thought might need it for this trip. And I was like, wow, no, wait, we're not going to bring that. But yeah, it's officially on the, officially as of 2025 in the spring cruisings, it's on the list. You cannot bring white noise machines on Disney cruises right now. Number 5, and this one, like if you're looking at one of the upcoming holiday ones, pay attention. Number 5, you are not allowed to bring holiday lights to decorate your room. this one, again, like I get maybe it's an electricity drain and they're trying to avoid like a lot of electricity drains on the ship. And they also don't want people putting holes in the stateroom walls or anything like that. But also like if you're sailing at Christmas, like you kind of want those things for your room. And I also get they could possibly be a fire hazard, but like if you bring battery powered lights to decorate your room for a Christmas sailing, I don't really get why that would be a problem. But I also understand, again, I think their goal is to avoid people like putting holes or even command strips we've had them fail on us before, where one of our walls was painted by somebody who was flipping the house before we bought it, and they put cheap paint on one of the walls, and they also used very weird sheetrock, and when we went to pull a command strip off, it pulled off everything. So I get like they also don't want command strips and stuff. So I would highly suggest, if you're looking at doing a holiday cruise and you're thinking I can go in and decorate my room for Christmas, you might want to contact Disney first and ask specifically what the requirements are, because as of right now, you cannot bring any decorative lights, like holiday lights, decorative lights. Like you can't, like I saw somebody else recently who had put some decorations up in the room, and I was looking at it and I'm like, I don't think they're allowed to do that. So me personally, I recently had to make a petition to Disney and had to contact them about a special service that I might need on board for my personal health reasons. They were pretty quick about responding to it. I think it may have taken like less than 2 weeks, but also like if you're cruising, you're planning far enough in advance. If you specifically are wanting to go and you want to decorate your room, I would highly consider contacting Disney first to make sure what you're planning on doing is okay. And that is it for today's video of the 5 things that are banned from Disney cruises. Thank you to all my members for supporting this content and letting us continue making videos. And thank you to every single one of you for liking, watching, positive comments, and subscribing. And we will see you next time.